Hello everyone. In this video, I will be discussing how to master the scenario-based questions in IIBA's Certification in Business Data Analytics CBDA examination. So to give you a brief background, this certification recognizes your ability to effectively execute analysis-related work in support of business analytics initiatives. This is a 2-hour exam with 75 multiple choice questions. And coming to the exciting part, IIBA has recently reduced the certification fees from $450 to $250. So make sure you take advantage of this offer and learn more about cracking CBDA in the first attempt at Techcanvass.com. I am Priya Telang, a senior data analyst with a diversified professional experience of 10 years in various MNCs. I am passionate about using data to solve problems. I'm a Tableau desktop specialist and IIBA certified business data analyst. So the certification in business data analytics assesses the applicants on scenario-based questions instead of direct questions from the IIBA study guide or BABOK. They are checking that the applicant does not only have theoretical knowledge acquired by reading or memorizing the guides, but can also apply this understanding to real-world scenarios successfully in the given time frame. So you will be given a situation in the question, and using your knowledge of business data analytics domains and techniques, you will choose the correct answer for that situation. So these types of questions need a thorough, in-depth understanding of all the concepts and techniques required for a business data analyst to work. Only if you thoroughly know the theory can you apply that knowledge to such questions in the short stipulated duration of the exam. Here are the knowledge areas from which you can expect your questions in the exam in the given proportion. You have to choose one answer out of the 4 options. So let's take a look at the first scenario-based example question. This is the Techcanvass exam series on the learning portal. So here you will get a chance to practice your understanding using timed tests with multiple mock questions. This simulates the actual exam and will give you the confidence to crack CBDA in the first attempt. So let us go through the question. Ramesh, who headed the e-sales section of Big Store, was analyzing the inventory and found a mismatch in the actual number of automobile parts sent from Germany and those displayed online. He found out that the data for the German parts were using comma as a decimal separator, as shown here. Hence, 10,000 was being displayed as 10 after round off. This resulted in a huge loss as products did not sell even though they were available. What could have been the reason? The first option is incorrect data validation and improper data collection. Second, incorrect data mapping and lack of impact analysis. Third, incorrect implementation of business rules and lack of attention to detail. And the last one, incorrect ETL process testing and lack of systems thinking. So let us think for a while, read the question properly and the given options as well, and pick up one right answer. So for now, I'm going to pick up option B and let's look at the correct answer. So here you can take a look at the correct answer. So here you'll see the same question which we just saw, the options, the correct answer with the explanation. Right? So now option A, that is incorrect data validation and improper data collection, may look appropriate, right? And we might select this option if we are in a hurry. And we just think that yes, it must be because of incorrect data validation, which checks the accuracy and quality of source data before using it. But is the data collection improper in this example? No, data was sourced as it was present in the inventory. So option A is incorrect. Option B, this is the correct answer, right? This is the correct option as you can see. Because as you know, data mapping is used to consolidate data from one or more sources to a destination to create a meaningful set of data with a standardized format. So with this standardized format, this format which was coming in should have been changed. So this was not done correctly, which resulted in huge loss. Also, proper impact analysis could have helped prevent it, right? So option B is correct here. Let's go through option C. So there was no business rule involved in ensuring that, the decimal and dot were not interchanged. Yes, we can say that there is a lack of attention to detail, but this answer here, the first part is not correct. And in case of option D, we can say yes, ETL, which is the extract, transform, and load process, out of which the transform process testing was not done to convert the incorrect decimal and comma positioning. This is right. But is systems thinking correct? Systems thinking is understanding how the people, processes, and technology within an organization interact, and it allows business analysts to understand the enterprise from a holistic point of view. So here we are not talking about systems thinking. Again, if you're reading the question in a hurry and seeing the keyword ETL here, you might think that this is the right answer. So these questions will have two confusing answer options most of the times. And the key to making sure that you're selecting the right answer is to read the question and options very carefully. Often, we will have clues in the question itself that you might overlook if you are reading the question in a hurry or you are in a stress. Now, let us take a look at the second example of our scenario-based questions. Okay, so now the question states, you have 6 months to solve the business problem. You have some data already collected in the organization's data marts, and some data has to be collected. You realize that a part of data required is generated periodically every quarter, and hence would be generated after 3 months. What would you do in such a scenario? Option 1. Wait until all the data is available, as starting without data might cause problems later on and impact the model selection. Option 2. Highlight this and start working on this project after 3 months when all data is available. Option 3. Ignore the data constraint and with help of data scientists, design a tool that fits all possible scenarios. Option 4. Start developing the model with dummy data using business knowledge. So I will go with option D here and let us take a look at the answer. Okay, yeah, the correct answer is answer D. Let us look at the first option, right? So now option A suggests waiting till the next quarter until all data is available. Now, given strict timelines, they have said that you have 6 months to solve this business problem, right? It would not be advisable to wait for such a long time without doing anything. So option A is not right. Option B suggests something similar, to postpone the project, which might not be a very good idea. Again, remember to read the question. We cannot wait in this case, right? Because we just have 6 months. Option C says we ignore this fact of missing data and use existing data to go ahead with the project to develop the model. This might cause serious issues later on when we realize that the model is not working as expected on the new data. In this case, we would have to undo all our past efforts and start developing new model from scratch. More time consuming and not at all cost effective, right? Also, the option suggests designing a model that fits all possible scenarios. It is almost practically impossible to create such a model where we are covering all the possible scenarios. Option D, start developing the model with dummy data using business knowledge. So it is the best idea to simulate data instead of waiting or deciding a random generalized model, right? So option D here is nothing but simulation in which we are, using or deriving and demonstrating possible business outcomes when there is lack of observed data or a high degree of uncertainty or extremely high number of modeling parameters, right? So here in this case, we can start creating dummy data based on the type of data expected so that we have a baseline to develop our model and we don't go in a completely different direction. Till the actual data is available, we can develop our model and test it once the new data is available. So this is the best possible option in the given scenario. Excellent. We already finished 2 examples. Let us move on to the third example. Okay, let's read the question. So we can see that this question has a diagram or a chart. So Ashish plotted a chart as shown. Which state has the category with the highest profit? For which subcategory in Tamil Nadu can it be said that the new campaign strategy is working well? So now we can see that here we have 2 questions that need to be answered separately. Let us look at the answers here. The first answer is Maharashtra cell phone, Tamil Nadu television, Maharashtra television, and Maharashtra laptop. So take a minute, pause the video, and take a look at this chart in depth to understand what the question is asking and what is the correct answer. So for now, I will choose option C here, and let us take a look at the answer. Answer C is correct. So basically, this is a sunburst chart showing the profit according to categories and subcategories for each state. So here we can see this innermost circle is for states. The second circle outside this is for categories, and the last circle outside is subcategories, right? So our first question is, which state has the highest category with the highest profit? So category meaning we will take a look at the second circle, right? So out of all these categories, we can see that Maharashtra technology has the highest profit, right? So the question is which state? So Maharashtra is going to be our first answer. So now 3 of our options have Maharashtra as our first answer. So we will have to answer the second question as well. For which subcategory in Tamil Nadu can it be said that the new campaign strategy is working well? So now Tamil Nadu represents this section in grey, and they are asking us about the subcategory. So we will be looking at this last section here. Obviously, television has the highest profit, right? And we can say that the new campaign strategy is working well. And when we compare it with cell phone or this other smaller category. So Maharashtra and television, that is option C, is the correct answer. So you will have questions and scenario-based questions with data visualization using different charts where you look at the charts and infer the correct answer. Moving on to example 4. Let's read the question. An analyst was working for a non-profit organization, and at the end of the year, he was analyzing the finances with respect to donations, other sources of incomes, and expenses. He wanted to show a visualization about how they started the year and the progress or decline throughout the year in order to better manage the finances in the next year. Which graph is the most suitable for this purpose? Option 1, bar chart, because it will be easy to understand and the differences can be visualized quickly. Option 2, Gantt chart, as they are useful in illustrating timeline or progression of tasks. Option C, waterfall chart, as it will illustrate how a value changes by being influenced by different factors. Option D, none of these. So I will go with option C and let's check the correct answer. Okay, so the option 1 here is bar chart. A bar chart shows the individual sources of income and expenses, but we will not get a clear picture of the trend throughout the year. There is no timeline as such associated, right? Option B is Gantt chart. Gantt chart shows if the actuals meet the targets and they are not related to the question, right? Waterfall chart is correct because a waterfall chart is used to show how an initial value is increased and or decreased by a series of intermediate values leading to a final value. A waterfall chart helps us understand how different factors combine to achieve a final result. That is what we are looking at, right? A final result. What was the progress and decline throughout the year? So that in the end, our goal is to manage the finances in a better way for the next year. So waterfall charts are commonly used in businesses to arrive at net profit or loss, considering the sales and expenses. You can take a look at a waterfall chart example online. You will easily find a lot of examples. Let's take a look at the last example. Fatima is working for a mobile company and they want to launch a new mobile in the market. They want to decide the price of the phone and they plan to decide this based on how competitors' retail prices are for similar products in the marketplace. What should be the big idea of the story? Option A, based on analysis of pricing in the market over time, it can be seen that price declines for products launched 4 years earlier. Prices for newer products are increasing. We recommend keeping a higher price. Option 2, based on analysis of pricing in the market over time, to be competitive, we recommend introducing our product at a retail price in the range $A to $B. Option C, based on analysis of pricing in the market over time, to be competitive, we recommend that we should follow strategy of competitor XYZ and fix the price at $A. And option 4, based on analysis of pricing in the market over time, it is seen that prices decline after few years of launch. So this is a big question with longer options. So we will take some time to read the options. So for now, I'll go with option B and let's check the correct answer. So option B is the correct answer here. Option B states that based on analysis of pricing in the market over time, to be competitive, we recommend introducing our product at a retail price in the given range. So here we are talking about the big idea, right? Big idea of the story. So big idea further refines the 3-minute story to a single sentence. It must articulate your point of view, convey what is at stake, explain the end result, and must be a complete sentence, right? So option A here just recommends keeping a high price. It does not mention the end result or action. Option C here is asking us to follow the strategy of a competitor and keep the price fixed, right, which is not right. And option D is just stating a plain fact. Hence, option B is the correct answer here. Okay, now that we saw 5 different examples of scenario-based questions, what are the key takeaways? First and foremost, read the question carefully to understand all the key points mentioned. Understand the scenario in the question and don't rush through the question. Then read the options attentively as well. Second, look for options that can be eliminated. And the third one is, if there are two options you are unsure about, smart estimation comes in handy as there is no negative marking. Another good option is also to mark this question for review and come back later to finalize the answer. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and check out our website at techcanvass.com to get more detailed information about this IIBA certification in Business Data Analytics, CBDA. Thank you.